I'm Paul Torville with these headlines. Ridiculous emergency calls are not limited to the United States. The UK has its share of people who have no concept of the appropriate use for this service. A West Yorkshire operator answered a call from a man requesting that the police arrest his girlfriend and their cat for eating his bacon. Tom Donahoe, who runs a call center in Wakefield, reports, "Someone rang us at about 2 in the morning to ask us who the actor was who played Magnum P.I. It was driving him mad. He was with his friends and he couldn't think of the answer, so he rang the police." So for future reference, if you're thinking of calling 911 or whatever the local emergency services hotline in your area is, about a situation that is not life-threatening, you might consider Googling it or Binging it. Not long ago, WorldNet Daily published a video on YouTube under the title, "Gay by Decree, the Top-Down Campaign Against Christians," wherein Dr. Paul Kengor explains to WND correspondent Michael Thompson how gay marriage is a burden on traditional Americans who are conservatives. And their religious freedoms, well, he didn't actually explain that. In fact, the video basically boils down to 13 minutes I'll never get back of one butthurt Christian conservative telling the other butthurt Christian conservative, "I'm sad because I'm running out of ways to legally persecute people who don't listen to me when I talk about my invisible friend." And the other one going, "Yeah, and look at how those two dudes getting married negatively impact my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness." Now, in case you hadn't heard of WorldNet Daily, it is a news organization with a decidedly conservative slant. And to describe WND's lean to the Christian right as a slant is like calling the slew rate of an ideal square wave a gentle slope. WND's stable of regular commentators includes such luminaries as Pat Buchanan, Ann Coulter, Chuck Norris, and presidential hopeful Dr. Ben Carson. If that alone doesn't tell you all you need to know, you must be in their target audience. And speaking of Dr. Ben Carson, he and Mike Huckabee in last week's GOP debate, the first of the 2016 election cycle, hosted by Fox News, Carson and Huckabee outlined their ideas for a sensible reworking of the tax code for the U.S. Huckabee proposed ditching the income tax in favor of a consumption tax, which would allow people with obscenely high incomes to skate by on the backs of poor people, since poor people spend a much higher proportion of their income. Carson proposes a 10% flat tax. Where does Carson get this 10% number from? Well, the Bible, obviously. "I think God's a pretty fair guy. You make $10, you pay $1. Yeah, God's a pretty fair guy. Just ask those people he drowned in the Noachian deluge. Or just ask an Amalekite. Go ahead! Ask one!" The sheriff's office in Cass County, Texas, is investigating a shooting in the Marietta, Texas area, wherein, allegedly, a man was shooting at an armadillo and he was struck in the head when the bullet bounced off the animal and struck him. No word yet on whether the gunman has a name, is recovering, or will be charged, or whether there's any reason I or you or anyone else should care.